Hello everybody, hopefully you can hear me okay. Today's class we are going to use a loose band towards the end. We're going to use that for some arm work. If you do have a loop band, you can use that, but it's not necessary. We can still do work with or without that one. If you do have handy light weights for some rotator cuff, okay. If you don't have light weights, a can of beans or soup or something is fine. Gosh, I've got a bit here today actually. A chair or a couch handy. And I do have a towel here, but it's only if your chair that you use is hard, because you'll be resting your feet on here later. So it's just going to create a little bit of a cushion for your feet. So if you've got a chair that is soft, then you won't need the towel, okay? All right, so just to repeat, loop band, one set of light weights, or just the single, you don't have to have both, just one, and your loose band. We're going to use the chair to help with a couple of stretches mostly, and then with a little bit of strength later on. So just going to adjust my camera. We will start standing with your chair close by. All right. So let's make a start. Let's just stand. I want to loosen up through the hips and kind of do like a combo where we also add in a bit of hamstrings, a little bit of loosening up the back. So the first one is to cross one leg in front of the other, my right leg here. So my right arm will come up, stretch up to the ceiling and reach to the side. So you do get a lovely side bend stretch. You're opening up those places that get closed. Okay, you may feel that a little into the hip as well. Okay, and feel like you're reaching right across. Reach and breathe. Reach and breathe. Now just hold that for me. I'm going to turn on the fan because it's hot in here. Hold that for me 1 sec. Okay, all right, so now you can come out of that stretch, but keep that same leg in front for me. And then from here, we're going to do our roll down. So arms nice and loose by your side, chin to chest, roll down, drawing the abdominals gently, and let your arms hang quite freely. Ooh, there she is. So you might get a bit of calf, bit of the back of the hamstring here. Okay, any part of the leg that's tight there, you're going to be feeling that now. Now let your hands just hang quite freely. Breathe. Good. And now pull in the tummy, roll that spine up in a C curve, and then relax the shoulders down. Change your legs over. So I've got my left leg over now, reaching the left arm up to the ceiling and taking it across. If you do struggle with balance, just use your chair to hold on as well. Okay, otherwise just reach away. Feels good today. Did a bit of driving today, too much sitting, but I did manage to fit in a massage, which was kind of nice. Reach. Give it a little longer. A few more seconds, and then we're going to keep that same leg in front, but bringing the arms down by your side. Roll yourself down now, and stretch. Really try to straighten your knees. Let the arms hang freely. If you're super flexible, just let the back of the hands come onto the floor, or you can actually reach behind your ankles
and pull your torso down towards the knees more. Breathe. And make these stretches count. 5 more seconds. And then we're going to roll ourselves back up. And we're going to get into our glutes. And we're going to do that with a chair. Okay, so you're going to sit on a chair or a couch if you have it handy. Okay. So if you find your chair, all right. I always kind of find the chair's good if you're lacking flexibility in your hips. Most people can do this on a chair. So you're just going to cross the one leg up, sit nice and tall on your tailbone, okay? And then just feel like you stick your butt out behind as you tilt forward at the hip, okay? Now I'm just going to turn side on because a common mistake is that people kind of slouch forward like that. Okay, I actually want you upright and just kind of feel like you tilt forward at the hips there. There she is. I get a better stretch than if I collapse over the top. And you can kind of gently press that knee down. If you wanted to intensify the stretch, stick your bottom out. Oh, that feels good. And breathe. Now I've got my right knee crossed over. My left crossed over my right, so I'm putting my weight into my right glute as I push into the left knee. Breathe. Now we are going to hold this one for a bit, okay, because we all need a good stretch on our glutes, and we're preparing for the strength phase, which we've got a little bit today. We've got some crab walks, we've got some toe taps forward and back, a little bit of squatting with some band work. All right, push a little harder through. Give it 10 more seconds for me. Breathe it out. In 3, 2, 1, bring yourself back up and swap your legs over. Okay, sit right up on your tailbones, readjust. And then from here, tilt the hips forward. Press gently on that right knee or the other knee, the knee that's crossed over. And again, my left foot's on the ground, so I'm popping a little bit more weight through the back of my left glute as I push down on the right knee. Breathe again. We're going to wake up these lazy glutes that have been sitting all day. And again, we'll make this one count a little longer. So when we go into our first exercise, we will be doing crab walks with the band. But if you don't have a band, you can do them without the band, or you can get your loose band and cross it over your knees. So if you did want to tie up your loose band, I'd suggest you do it while you're sitting. Obviously, just wrap it around, tie a knot over there so that it's locked in. Have it quite tight. Otherwise, you can grab that loop band if you've got one and pop it over your knees. We'll warm up first, actually. So if you sit on the edge of your chair and have your feet together, sit upright, just widen the knees out and go, oh, hello glutes. Now your feet will roll out, that's okay. Just let the feet roll out. Feel the glutes wrapping towards the center underneath and hold it for me. And then relax. Okay, we're just going to do about 5 of these where we just press out, hold, feel your bum, feel it switching on for about 10 seconds. And then relax. Now I'm thinking this is a great one if you are at your desk all day working. Keep a band handy. Oh geez, there's a few things you could have at your desk. You could have a spiky ball for your foot. I know some of my clients do that. Have that under the desk. You can have your band. You can do these.
which would be really great. So coming up to number 4 now. Just to get them like waking up, you know, they get flattened. So good, keep holding. And relax. Coming up to our lucky last one. Okay, now you could continue to do this if you don't want to do your crab walks. Crab walks can be quite a strong exercise for some people. Okay, good. Press out a little more, give it a little extra on this last one. You've always got more than what you think. Good. And slowly rest. Okay, so I'm going to pop the chair to the side. We're going to stand up and keep the band over our knees. Okay, and the challenge is to do 20 crab walks. So you have the space you're working in. I'm going to attempt 5, 10, 15, 20 in this video space. So hopefully you'll see me, but work with what you got. But let's aim for 20 either way. Make it even, okay? All right, so you want a nice step out, but a very short step back in. A common mistake is people bring their feet all the way together. It needs to land apart. Okay, so that way you keep constant tension on the band. Okay, and remember you can do this without the band. Okay, I think that was 5. All right. 2, and you're obviously in a semi-squat, so hopefully you can see that there. I will turn on my side in a minute. Good, lucky last one. I'm going to do my next 10 here. So nice posture, your chest lifted. 3. I'm going to come quite close in here. 4. Oh, there I am. Hello. 5 more to go. 2, 3, 4, and you can have your hands on your hips if you want, and 5. Okay, stand up. All right, I'm feeling that already. Okay, from here into your semi-squat again, chest lifted. We're going to support one leg and bring the other foot to tap forward, back to the middle, and tap behind. Okay, this is number 2. Can we take it to 10? 8 to 10 is a good rep to kind of aim for. And while that leg's moving, this one's working hard, the supporting leg. This is number 4. Okay, and 5. So it's all about stabilizing the hip joint, getting the structures around your hip, supporting that pelvis. 4 more for me. Back. Certainly gets the heart rate up. Good. Now, I am on my left leg. I want you to remember what leg you've used, because we're going to alternate this with another set of crab walks and then try the other side. Try to feel light on the feet that's moving as well. All right, this is my last one. All right, if you're not feeling that, something's wrong. Okay, check it out. All right, can we go another 20 crab walks? Yes, we can. Let's go. 1, little step. 2, little step. 3, 4, 5, and back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember the space between your hips staying quite level. Try not to hit your hips. 4, 5, and the way you avoid that is just to use your tummy gently. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now remember what leg you didn't do on the other one. All right, and that's what you're doing now, forward and back. 10 reps, tummy on, nice posture, and tap. That's 1, 2. Now I'm just barely touching the floor with my moving foot. It's light. 3, 4, 5, halfway, yay. 6, 7, go at your own pace. Just make sure you're feeling a little challenge for the body to adapt. Last 2 rounds. And lucky last one. Wow, definitely feeling those as well. Okay, we've got 1 more round of our crab walks. Challenge yourself if you want to with a deeper squat. Okay, if you're getting tired, go a little higher. All right, that's our last round. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna leave the screen for a second. 5, but I'm back. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Halfway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last 3, 8, 9. Good. And 10. Yes, keep that band on if you've got your band on. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of a combination move now, just to finish off. All right, back into a semi-squat. We'll take 1 foot forward. We're going to take it out to the side now, and then behind. But then I want you to swap legs. All right, other leg, forward, to the side, and back. So I'll give you a little recovery in between. Swap again. 2, 3. I like these combos actually. Anything like this, so good for your hips. All right, 2 rounds down. We're going to try for 5. Let's go at your own pace though. 3, 4, side, 3 rounds down. Good, I'm just going to change so you can see that. To the side and back. Do not hold your breath. Lucky last round, here it is. Ankle stability, pelvis stability, core work, and lots of glutes. Good. And lucky last one. Bravo, you can take that loop band off. I think that's the last we'll be using, that one, so you can pop that to the side. Let's just grab your chair if you need balance. Go into your thigh stretch. Or find a wall to hold. And just stick your hips under. Whew. That one certainly gets the blood flowing. Now when you're in your thigh stretch, to maximize it, you always want to tilt your hip under, get the glute kind of squeezing under to open up through the front here, okay? And stand tall and pull back. If you do have knee pathologies and you're getting a little bit of pain on the thigh stretch, then ideally what you would do is just use your roller instead of doing something like this, okay? Good. Now with that same leg, just pop it on the ground for me, all right? And then I want you to hold onto your wall and just get into that calf on that same leg. Hoping you can see that. I'm going just to adjust my camera a little bit, but the back of the heel should be on the floor, okay? So you want that back heel on the floor. Good. And then after we do this one, we'll get into your hip flexor. Okay. Now with the hip flexor, the back heel is now going to come off the floor. All right. And you're going to tilt that hip forward, similar to what we did on the thigh stretch. Okay. But now we should be feeling it up here, not in the belly of the thigh. I want it up high here. Those who sit for long hours, you'll be feeling it straight away. Good. All right, just keep holding for me. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's do the other thigh now. Reaching behind. Stand tall. I'm cutting my head off there, aren't I? All right, good. Who wants to see my head anyhow? I should leave it cut off. You can just watch the rest. That would be pretty boring. All right, tuck your bum under. Squeeze the glute. The pull behind. Get it right into the belly of that thigh. It's important to stretch your thighs because they lead into your kneecap. And if your quads or your thigh muscles are particularly tight, it can pull your kneecap out of alignment.
And then all the things that flow from that are too many to describe. All right, let's go into our calf stretch, okay? So that same leg behind, press that heel into the floor. Maybe do a lot of walking, or you stand a lot. You will be feeling this for sure. And hold. Quite often we neglect our calves as well, so it's good to kind of get that stretch in to look after the health of your feet, but also for your knees as well. Okay, so now let's go into our hip flexor. So the heel will come off the back of the floor. Okay, you can bend your knee a little bit. Just tilt the hip back and bend that knee back a bit more if you need to. So I don't get as much on this side. Okay, but it's more about that pressing back of the glute and opening up through the front of the hip there. I always kind of liken it to the pelvic thrust on the Rocky Horror Show, if you ever watched that. So press open. Good. And hold it for me. Now, while we've got a chair or a wall handy, we're going to get into some calf rises. You have the options to start with double legs. I'm going to have my back to you just to start with. And if you even want to challenge your balance, actually, you can have genie arms with this one as well, okay? So, with my back to the wall, so the doubles, look at your feet and come up onto the toes, but make sure the feet are straight. Don't roll your feet outwards or roll them in. Have most of the weight on the big toe, I always say this in class, and then bring it back down. So you can stay with doubles. Most of you know how to do singles. I will demonstrate that now. You're going to rest one foot behind the ankle. Stay tall as you lift up, check the foot, and then come back down. Now you're going to rest briefly. Even if you're doing doubles, rest briefly. Create a ripple in the pond with the heel and then come straight back up, keeping that muscle under tension for longer, okay? So we're going to aim for 12, all right? Good. And every now and again, just check that foot tracking. Is my foot straight? You always want a nice flat foot. Oh, I rested then. All right, I'm going to count 4 more from here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to swap feet now. If you're doing your doubles, just keep going. Shouldn't be as intense. And let's go. Check the feet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you've got a step at home, do these on your step, get more range. 10, 11, good, and 12. Nice work. Okay, you don't get off that easy. 2 rounds. Let's go again. I'm sticking with the singles. Now, with the doubles, what you could do is have your heels together, toes apart. So a little bit like the plie. Okay, so bring both legs up and down. That's just going to target a different area of the calf. Okay, but again, don't land on your feet and rest. Keep the muscle working. I'm going to count about 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Swap inside. This last round. Yay. Let's go. 2, 3. Keep your ribs tucked under as well. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Nice work, guys. Grab your loose band. Keep your chair handy because the chair is going to give you a bit of a challenge for this next move. So I'll demonstrate the move, but I kind of like this because there's a lot involved in it and it gives you the back extension work that we all need. So to demonstrate the move, first we're going to just bring our arms forward. We're going to lightly tap the chair. Oh, there it is. And then bring it back in. Okay, so let's start warming up like so. So
reach forward, tap the chair, don't sit on it, bring it back in. Now, if you've got a couch handy, it's probably going to be lower, so be careful. All right, so it's a little warm up. Now you want a bit of tension on there, on the band. And if you are able to take your arms over your head, we're going to add our back extension. I'm just going to come a little bit away from here so you can see that. So as you squat, you know this one, arms overhead, look up to the ceiling, a bit like a sumo squat, and then come back down. And again, look up towards your band or the ceiling and back. So you create that arch through the back that for most of us is rounded during the day, and back. And you can do this without the band. Okay, so if you feel like that's too intense, I'm going to go and find my chair again. Make sure I'm not cheating. All right, let's go. Not many more to go. Good. Now you can add a little bit of triceps to this now, guys. So what I'm going to get you to do is on the down phase. So as you come up now, press your band into your thighs, push the shoulders back, squeeze the back of your arms, release and go back into your squat. Good. And again, push down, push the band into your thighs, widen the chest. You see my chest is poking out, squeezing the back of the arms and back up. It's getting hot now. Good. All right, we've got 2 more after here. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the back of the arm. And again, up and back. And this is going to warm us up for a little bit of shoulder work later too. And last one. Good, squeeze and press and hold. Okay, I think that's actually the end of our standing work. So if you do have a mat, have the chair near the end of the mat because we will do some leg work with it later. And I'll get you guys to, I was going to do some open books. So if you've got a cushion handy, I did forget to say that, grab a cushion or a pillow. I'm just going to grab this bolster. I'll readjust my camera while you're getting your cushions. Okay. And I'll keep my little weights here handy as well. All right, let's move this down. Okay. So with the open book, just give me a wave. Is there anyone that can't lie on their side? Okay, it all looks like we're okay. Deb, I know sometimes that can be an issue for you. So if you wanted to, you could do your open and close. Okay, you could do those. And you could also add some shoulder rolls to it. Otherwise, on your good side, lie down with bent knees, arms long, okay? Now remember that bottom shoulder will always want to come forward, so my arm will be too forward. I want to pull my shoulder and my arm back. All right, anchor your knees in and the ankles. All right, now this top arm is going to lift off the ground. You're going to stretch out of the shoulder. I'm reaching towards you. I'm keeping that reach as I turn to look behind. My eyes on my hand, and I'm taking it across. Now where you land is almost like you're in a crucifix. So you've got one arm coming out one side while that other arm you moved is out the other side. So we're easing into the stretch. Breathe it out. Couple of breaths. Let the arm lower, and now bring it back in. Now where I do want you to actually find yourself, most of you will know, but if you don't, is on the angle. So if you watch my arm now, when I take it over, I'm actually going to try to reach for the corner of the room, so a little bit higher up on the angle. And remember, anchor the knees, don't let your knees travel with you. And breathe. With every breath out, can you get that arm to sink a little lower to the ground? Yes, we can. Breathe. And you get quite a good depth with the breath on this one. And bring it back in. Now, if you've got 1 kilo weights or half a kilo weights, you can always add a weight to the stretch. So I'll pop the dumbbell in my hand
And that's just going to intensify it for me on this last one. Oh, but sometimes you got to be careful. Sometimes it can be too heavy. You always want to kind of persuade on a stretch. You don't want it to be breaking the back kind of stuff, like it's too intense. All right, and bring it back in. Okay, so it's 3 down. But now what I'd like for you to do, now you can stay with that one. We're going to do 2 more, but I'm actually going to circle my arm to get some rotation now in the rib cage. So I'm going to reach. My hand is going to go over and behind, and I'm turning my head as we go with the arm. I'm going to linger here in that angled stretch for about 3 seconds. And then I'm going to circle the arm down towards my feet and back. So these are called around the world. So if your shoulders are good, take it up and behind, or just stick with the other one. We'll just do a couple of these. It's just lovely to get that rib cage movement, what we call thoracic mobility. So all the upper body, your ribs, all that area, getting nice and loose. Wonderful. Bringing it back in. If you do have your weight there handy. Okay, I'm going to get you to rest your elbow onto the side. Now, your shoulder should be a little bit back and down. Don't have it sitting forward. I might bring my mat a little bit forward so that you can see. All right. So just this top area, it'll tend to roll this way. Just have it sitting more back. Feel the back of your shoulder blade come down. This arm, just have wherever you're comfortable. Okay, so you've got it at a right angle. Your wrist will be tight, but your grip will be loose. Get the move to come from the shoulder to bring that weight up and down. Think of your rotator cuff muscles exactly as they're described, like a cuff. So you have these shoulder muscles that help keep that arm in your shoulder joint. All right, this is number 3. Good. And as you do these, don't go too fast. I know I've got a couple fast speedies in my grip. Take your time, feel, and watch that your hand lands at the right angle. Some people end up here. You need to keep it there. All right, so we're aiming for 15, guys. I better catch up to you. I can feel these already. Wow. Good. I think I've got about 6 more. 5, 4, 3. Oh, it's a struggle to get to the end. 2, and last one. Rest the weight. So that weight I had was a 1 kilo, which is generally the maximum I'll use with most people in the class. Now, give me 2 more around the worlds, or your open book. We're going to loosen up the shoulder, have a little recovery, and we're going to do 1 more set of our rotator cuff. Good. Big breath in and breathe out as you take it around and over. Excellent. Bring yourself back in. Okay. Pick up that weight. If you do find this quite fatiguing, you can just create a fist in your arm too. Okay. And you could do it without the weight. Okay, half a kilo is good, 1 kilo is good. We'll just count to 15 and try not to move your body or your shoulder back and forth. Just kind of imagine that, I always forget, humerus bone, just twisting in the shoulder joint as you move. 8, 7, 6, 5. These are tough today. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Nice work. I'm going to flip myself over to the other side, and we're going to start with our open books. All right. Remember, we start with the arms landing in that crucifix. Anchor your knees, anchor your ankles. Pull the underneath arm behind more than forward. Stretch out of your shoulder. Bring it up. Eyes on your hand. And breathe. Oh, I'm still feeling that shoulder we worked. And bring it back in. Remember the next one, aim for a little bit more of an angle. Stretch out of the shoulder, take it up, but now reach for the outer corners of the room. Your chest muscles run on the angle. They lead into the shoulder. So if you pull them away on the angle, you'll feel a little more strongly now through your chest. And back in. We've got one more of these and then we'll do a couple open around the worlds. Breathe. We could add the weight. I forgot to add the weight. Now hopefully your hand has gotten lower with every breath and every stretch. Bring it back in. Stick with that if you can't take your arms over your head. Otherwise reach out. Take the arm around behind. Linger 2 or 3 seconds here on that same angle. Circle the arm down to your feet and back in. Check your anchor points again, knees. Lucky last, around the world and back. I'm being very nice to you guys today actually. A lot of stretching, but with some short, sharp, intense muscle strengthening as well. Okay, grab your weight. Let's get into your rotator cuff. Okay, all right. Strong wrist, but light in the hand. I don't want you gripping for dear life. 2, 3, 4. I could easily go asleep right now on this cushion. The end of the day. 7, 8, 9, 10, last 5, 5, 4. Really focus on those muscles in the shoulder, drive in the move. And lucky last 1. All right, 2 more. Choose your stretch. I'm going around the world. Getting that rib cage nice and loose. Breathe it out. And bring it back in. So also on top of this stretch, you're getting that nice mobility work through your shoulders and your ribs. Remember, your shoulders are designed to work in a 360-degree movement pattern. We just don't do it. Okay? All right, round 2. Yay! Let's go. 15 reps. Remember, you don't have to use the weight if your arms get tired. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll get into some core work next. 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and lucky last 1. Oh, I'm grateful for that one to end. That was hard work for me today. Place your cushion away. You'll no longer need your weights. And we're going to lie on our back. Okay. All right. So let's activate the transverse abdominis. Been doing this a lot lately. I really like the fact that you can feel. All right, bring one leg into tabletop and then the other. Press the hands into the knees into the hand, and activate those lower abs. Okay, good. Now, without losing that feeling, take your arms now down by your side and try to keep the transverse abdominis on. From here, bring your heels together and your toes apart so that your feet are in a small V. Taking a breath out, I want you to feel like you're sliding your feet just a little out away from the hips on the tabletop, and then bring it back in. So starting very small, warming up, putting the focus on that transverse abdominis muscle and neutral spine. So maintaining that space under your back. Pay attention to the back of your hips on the mat. The pressure should stay the same as those legs float in and out. I know some people will be feeling their legs today, but just try to feel like they're floating. Good. Now, I'm going to take it next level, but you can feel free to stay here. So next level, I'm going to add a curl up. So I'm going to place my hands behind my head, and then as the legs go out, I'm curling up, looking at my belly button, elbow. All right, let's do 8 of these. But you can stay without the curl up. All right, you don't have to lift your head. You can just have your arms by your side. Good, 5 more. Slow, concentrated moves. And all my focus is on that TA muscle stabilizing between my hips. Breathe out as you go up. Breathe in as you come back in. 2 more. Good. And lucky last one. Good. Give your knees a brief little hug. Take the pressure out of the thighs. And then we're going to take it next level. And if you want more intensity without lifting your head, if you bend your elbows out to the side and place them into the floor, it's going to make you work your upper abs here as well, so the rib cage, so you're going to press down there. So I'm going to start in that position. Okay, but no lift yet. All right, so we're going to slide our feet out and pause. Take a quick breath in. As you breathe out, slide another little inch or 2 and then bring it back in. So I'll repeat. Breathing out, take it a quarter of the way. Breathe out again. Take it a little further out and then bring it back in. Good. So that second breath is a quick little breath in. Breathing out, quick breath in now. Breathe out again. Pull it back in. Good. I'm going to go 1 more and add the curl up. Okay. So with the curl up, you're actually going to be holding up for a little longer, starting in the start position, curling up as I take the feet out a little, hold, quick breath in as I breathe out. I'm going to give it a little bit more and then rest back down and then repeat, curling up. Now, remember your feet are on top of the table. Some people probably end up with their feet up here, or they go too low, which is really hard, but most end up there, yeah? Try to keep it at that right angle as you slide out. Good. All right, a couple more. And back. Good. All right. And back. Have a short rest. Hug your knees, circle and massage the sacrum underneath. Now the next one is the hardest of them all. So we did a quarter, we moved into about a half or 3/4 with the legs. Now we're going to take it into a third move, into a full extension of those legs. Okay, so I'm going to give you the option to have your hands down by your mat, which is the easier, out wider, a little harder, or behind the head, into your tabletop, either way, heels together, toes apart. We're going to do 3 moves. Curling up, I'm going into my little quarter, then I'm going to go into a little further, and then I'm going to take it fully out straight and bring it all back in. All right, do not hold your breath, especially if you've got high blood pressure. If you find it too intense, you either back off and do just your 2 moves, or you might just do the half, and that's all. Just see where you can. And if your back starts to get tired, have a little rest and then pick it up again. Remember, the back muscles are working with your tummy to maintain that neutral spine. Oh, it's hard talking when you go out full. All right, we've got 3 more. Curling up. 1, 2, 3, and back. 2 more. And up. Elbows wide. 3. Shrink in the abdominals. Lucky last one. Curl up. 2, 3. Nice work. Hug your knees. Now I want you to find that chair, and we're going to place our feet on top of the chair. I'm going to alternate with some hamstring work. Okay. All right. So if you've got a couch handy, you can use your couch. But I want the legs elevated. Hands down by your side. Now everyone should be able to do this, but I will give an alternative just in case. All right, so toes are together, the ankles are resting on the edge of the chair, and then I want you to activate transverse abdominis and then lift your hips up so that you're kind of that nice even plank here. Yeah, nice and straight. I don't want you to sit in halfway in between. All right, good. Keep holding that position. Are your toes together? That's going to make your knees nice and straight. They're not going to roll out. Good. Take a breath in now. And as you breathe out, let your ribs cage come down first, the middle, the lower back. Let the spine melt back down into the mat. Now you can keep repeating that. Now if you do have trouble doing that, you can simply go into a bridge with your feet on the floor. Okay? So that's an easier version. And you will hold for 10 seconds. Okay? Take a breath in again, guys. And breathe out and melt the spine back down into the mat. Press through the lumbar area. Massage that lower back. All right, I'm coming back up with my legs. Tummy on, lift up and hold. Okay, so if you do like a little more of a challenge, you can bring your hands to hover just over the mat, like so. Okay, good, keep holding. And breathe out as you come down. Or you can start with your arms up in the air if you want to as well. There's always so much you can do, isn't there? Lift up. And if you've been in the studio, you'll know you can do these on the Swiss balls or fit balls as well. That's going to like challenge your balance. Good. And breathe out now as you come back down. Good. Give yourself a moment. Let the muscles relax. And let's go again. Lifting up, scooping the tummy. Those abs help to protect your lower back, your hips, and build up that core strength. All right, big breath in. Breathe out now as you come back down. Okay, now we're going to keep up with this one. If you do like a further challenge, what you can do is place your hands back down. We're going to lift up and hold. Everyone's going to lift up and hold. And then we're going to take one foot to come off the chair just an inch and then back down and rest. And on the next one, we'll alternate. Now remember, when you lift up and you lift that leg up, try not to let your pelvis rotate. And the way that you're going to do that is by using the leg that's supporting you to grip. So as I come up now, so I'm coming up, I'm going to grip quite strongly through the back of my left leg and my glute as I take my right foot up. Now I'm going to stay here. I'm going to do my other leg, so strong through my right leg as I bring the left leg up. Good. And then relax down. Now if you choose to do one then the other, start on the opposite leg each time. All right. We've got maybe 2 more to go. We'll do 2 more. We're getting tired now. Up and down. Up and down. Relax. 1 more. Feel the back of your shoulder blades implanted into the mat as well. All right. Good. And hold. Up and down. Up and down. And then relax. I do like seeing this on clients because those who can keep their hips nice and level have got a pretty strong support base there, which I like to see. Okay, so a little bit more back into the abdominals. You can pop that chair away or wriggle up on your mat. And we're going to take one leg out straight and bring the other knee in. And as always, I'm going to start from easier and make it a little harder. You're going to lift that opposite leg off the floor. My right leg is raised. And then we're going to do our leg swaps. Okay, good. Now with this one, I want you to maintain your neutral spine as you pull the legs in and out. Keep it in this chair, I'm going to move it. Okay, good. So light through the legs and strong through your torso, through the upper abs and the lower abs as well, maintaining your neutral spine. Okay, we can add a curl up if you want. So head up, feel the back of your shoulder blades come off the mat, but maintain your neutral spine, okay? And if you really want to, pick up the pace. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can you keep going? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Give yourself a moment. Now I'm going to add a crisscross to the move for those that can do the curl up. Now if you can't do the curl up, you're just going to repeat what we just did. Now with the crisscross, I'm going to add a challenge. Can we do 30 all up? Okay, it's only 15 each side, but if you know this is your first session in, it's been a while, don't do 30, maybe do 16, an even number. All right, I'm placing my hands behind my head. Okay, and I'm bringing my legs up to tabletop. Now, as I curl up to one knee, the opposite leg is going out. Okay, then I'm going to swap. I'm not dropping the curl up, I'm just swapping the legs. So similar to what we've just been doing, 4, 5, 6. Don't over rotate. You don't have to really rotate hard. 9, 10. Good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hug your knees. 30 down. Well done if you made that. All right, just massage underneath. Good. All right. We've got one more round. Oh, that's a wicked laugh, isn't it? That's terrible. All right, hands behind your head. The last of your core work, okay? All right, back into your tabletop. Okay, all right. And on the diagonal, I'm going to try for 30 again. Let's see how you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest your feet, hands down by your side. Well done if you got through that. Okay, they're little muscles and they burn. All right, line on your back, press your shoulder blades into the mat and away from the ears. And then get the pelvic floor on. Push your lower back into the mat and roll the hips up, one vertebra at a time up. That'll feel nice after what we've just done. Breathe out now as you come back down. Keep the abs on for smoothness. Control of that spine as it comes down. And again, breathing out as you roll the spine up. Stretch through the knees at the top. Big breath in. Breathe out as you roll back down. Excellent. And one more. It's a nice little recovery before we get into some arm work. Good. And then bring it back down. All right, we're going to sit up. Bring yourself up. Grab your band, your loose band. Okay.
All right, not too much more to go. We're almost done. Okay, now we're going to go into our rotations. So you can just grab the band and wrap it around once or twice. I'm going to go twice on this band. Knees are slightly bent, sitting up on the tailbone. We're going to do our rotations or our bow and arrows and alternate. Good. I love these moves because they encourage, again, that rotation, the mobility work through your ribs. You also get the back of your shoulders that get weak and lazy and rounded. Good. All right. So when you do this one, make sure you stretch that other arm forward. You know, check, are you in this position? And then check again. All right, you should hopefully see a nice straight line there from one arm to the elbow. And again. Good. And again. Good. Give me about 8 more. And 7. And 6. And 5. 4. 3. 2. And lucky last one. Okay, great. So from here, let's go into our biceps. Keep that tension on the band. Now upright, you can just do it like so. Okay. So just make sure your palms are facing your shoulders in the top range. Or you can add a little bit of a lean to you as well. So my abs and back muscles are working here together. Good. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Give me 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold on to that band. I'm going to give you an option here. You can stay with rotations to finish off our arm work. But if you want something, a little bit of a challenge to try, this isn't for everyone, so please be careful with this move. What we're going to do is have our hands into the mat so that our wrists are facing backwards. You can start with a bent knee and you simply lift yourself up, okay? So lifting your hips up. Now that can be really challenging for some people. But what it does is it strengthens the back of your shoulders that get really lazy, okay? And then you're going to drop it back down. All right, you can do it with a straight leg as well. All right, so from here you lift your hips up and hold. This is tough, okay? So don't be disheartened if you can't do it. And then lower down. We're going to do 2 more and I'll finish you off with a little bit of neck. Lift up. You can do your rotations. All right, feel the abs as well. And back down. And last one, think of your lats as well, the upper back muscles, and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Bravo if you got through that. That can be a challenge. All right, now I'm going to finish you off with 2 rounds of our neck strengthening. If you have the capability to put both hands behind your head, put both. If you can only do one, do one, okay? So you want to feel like you're pushing your head into your hand and your hands into your head. And I'm hoping that when I do, my ears end up over my shoulders, not here. So if you've read my last email, okay, now press into it gently, about 8 to 10 seconds, 80% effort for me. Good. And then relax, take your arms down, place your hand into the side. And when you press your head into your hand on this side, don't tilt your head. We want to strengthen it in good alignment, but think of the ears still sitting over your shoulders there for me. Have that head sit back and relax. Do the other side for me. Press into the head. Hopefully I'm straight.
Can't see myself quite well. Good. Press and hold. And you don't want to go too hard. Okay. Back to here. Hands behind your head. You can, like when you're driving, if you're at a set of lights, provided your chair is mostly upright. Some people drive with their chairs kind of leant back. Do this off other side first. You can press your head into your headrest. Okay, so in the car, and you can kind of press and hold there. You can also do it against a wall. Maybe not a really, really hard wall. There are little balls you can put at the back of your head to soften it. But this is nice and easy, doing it like that. Okay, now place the palm of one hand under one glute, and then take that hand to take the head to the side. Oh, there's a big crack. The last of our stretches. I'm going to let you go. Breathe it out. Tuck your chin under, just a little. And slowly ease out of that. Swap your hands over, sit on the palm of your hand and take it across. So I have to, again, congratulate you guys for coming today. I had a client this morning who came into the studio. She's saying, I've been trying for years to get my mum to do some exercise. She's got a bung knee. She's very stubborn. For some people, it's really, really hard to get out and move and do things. So give yourselves a pat on the back for looking after yourself. And it was funny, I also had a conversation with a guy today, just a friend, and I said, oh yeah, I got a massage today. And he goes, why, have you got a sore back? And I said, no, I think every now and again it's nice to have a massage, loosen up tight spots and that kind of thing. But he actually thought you only got massages if you're injured. So, and he was injured himself with a back condition. So, bravo for taking care of yourself. Thank you so much for coming, and hopefully I'll see you on Saturday. Bye for now, guys. Bye.